Hello, welcome to Wired, and today we're going to be seeing how many CEOs I can rickroll in 24 hours. So, let's get into that. In my quest of rickrolling the most people in 24 hours, we've kind of gone up the stepping ladder of importance. We've gone from YouTubers to celebrities, and now CEOs. Because why not? And by the way, in reality, this is the Thetekkitrealm. My name is Dallas, aka Infurness, and this is pretty much what we do here. So you may or may not be familiar with the other attempts I've had at this world record, but basically, I've tried multiple different strategies, some ranging from just simply using a reverse URL system, which disguises the original rickrolling link, and others being a specific exploit of a platform that would literally make it so that if you clicked your profile, it would redirect to the page as well. The main goal is, who cares? As long as they get the rickroll in their face, full sound, full screen, no mercy, that's what counts. So today we're going to be just trying up a new method, which is going to basically just involve having either 1, a fan video, 2, a complaint video, or 3, an angry complaint video, which is going to be sent out to all of these different CEOs who own all of these different companies, some of which being the platforms we're even going to be using to rickroll them on. Which is why I also can't use the other strategies I used before, because they might not fall for it, considering that, well, they kind of would most likely know how things work on their own thing. So really, the strategy's not that hard. Some people ask me, Master, how do you do the rickrolling? I cannot do it. Yes, you can. Here's my praying emoji hands. You can use it too. So, that's all there is to it. I'm sick AF, and either way, we're already here, so let's get into it. Hello? Hello? Hey. We're gonna be trying out Twitter. The first one that comes to mind with Twitter is the inventor of Twitter, the CEO, and that would be Jack, the first ever Twitter account as well. Unfortunately, Twitter does not allow DMs from everyone like certain other platforms, so we had to selectively choose which ones would be our target with this. So we already have prearranged all of the videos for each one of these people. These videos are going to be pretty much eye-catching videos for these CEOs. Like if I was a CEO, I'd probably want to see a video like this. So I'm just going to set this up with an example of how each message is going to look like with each one of the platforms we're going to be using. First one being Jack, of course, on Twitter. Turns out that he's actually just recently talked about how he has over 20 unread messages from people. We're about to make that 21. We're about to make that 21. Hello, Jack. I am a huge Twitter fan. Heart emoji. You have to gas them up a little bit. This way you get their attention. You can't just be like any other person being like, oh my god, please reply to my message. No, you have to be just really dedicated. So dedicated that I'll put 3. But I have found a huge problem that is a glitch on my Twitter app. Whenever I logged in, it would tweet out my personal info on my account. This is very unacceptable and must be fixed immediately. And then I'm going to connect the recording and send that. So, hello Jack, I'm a huge Twitter fan, heart, but I have found a huge problem that is a glitch on my Twitter app. Whenever I logged into it, it would tweet out my personal info in my account. This is very unacceptable and must be fixed immediately. Please check out the screen recording of it. And that's how you do that. So moving on to Instagram. The first Instagram account we're going to be doing, and Instagram is my favorite for rickrolling because you can message anyone on there. I chose Jeff Bezos for this particular example, and this is gonna be a fan message. I've made a special fan video for you that I would love to have you check out. Exclamation point. And then, I'm going to sneeze. We do something called the praying emoji. This is something that is really old tactic up my sleeve. It's not a high-fiving emoji. Who high-fives with their right hand to someone who's high-fiving with the left? No, you high-five with the same hand. And they're wearing the same sleeve. It's a praying emoji. And this always works. It never fails. So I'm gonna attach the video here. It's the same thing, which will be kind of like with all the other CEOs. Just a little clip and, you know, clearly well-made movie maker style. I'm pretty sure when we do this to Bill Gates, he'll especially appreciate it. And then we have Facebook. We don't have too many with Facebook. The only one I really have is just Mark Zuck and Call of Duty. So obviously this would be done with Facebook Messenger, which is technically the same thing as Instagram, but who's keeping score? And then finally, EA is one I wanted to reach out to because EA has a very specifically dedicated contact page, and they're going to regret having it in a few minutes. And the topic is going to be can't log in. My name is John Johnson. Luckily we can attach files. This is gonna work out perfectly. Pretty much all there is to it now is to see the results. We're just going to fast forward about 24 hours from this current point right now, and we're gonna see how many people actually replied. And of course, we're gonna be going over the exact things that the exact messages and the exact clips that I sent to each one of the CEOs in the next segment of the video. It's basically kind of like a two-part section. And it's at this point that I'm going to tell you that this video is actually sponsored by the button that's 2 inches below the screen. If it's red, then unfortunately, you're missing out on 10 years of good luck unless you make it gray. So go down and do that right now. And it's completely free, so why wouldn't you?
24 hours later.
Part 2, and welcome to 24 hours later. Now, I'm gonna go over all the results individually in this video, and I have them all pulled up right here, so bye-bye white background. Whenever I do any of these videos, it always it literally goes above my expectations in one way or another almost every single time. We're gonna also try to keep track of the amount of CEOs that we got in this video. Number 1, we have Jordan Belfort. If you don't know who that is the Wolf of Wall Street, like in real life. Not Leonardo Wolf of Wall Street, but the actual Wolf of Wall Street. Hello, Jordan. I'm a huge fan of your work, and of course the movie. You are by far my favorite person. Very inspirational. And I made a special fan video for you that I would love to have you check out. You'll have to pardon my dying. Ha! That's a cool video. I love the music. So that's what he replied. And the music, of course, was never gonna give you up. To cut down on energy, we just pretty much use the same iMovie or Movie Maker template. I guess you could say that's the CEO of Wall Street. Alright, now we have Dinnerbone, which is pretty much the closest that you would be able to describe the CEO of Minecraft. So we had another message here, which was pretty much the same thing, around the same lines. I'm a huge Minecraft fan, but I found a huge problem to glitch in my game. Whenever I opened a world, it would crash, and somehow it would send out my personal info on my account through email. This is very unacceptable. It was very unacceptable. And as you can see by the video, you could tell. Luckily, he took it very seriously with a crying, laughing emoji. Thank you, Nathan Adams. I'm so glad that you are making a joke out of this horrible situation. I'm just kidding. Thank you for not being mad at me. Alright, then we have Chris_McD, also known as the CEO of McDonald's. I actually really liked this video out of all the ones the best because it was really the funniest in my opinion. I sincerely apologize, but I do not know what's going on in this clip. So, I wasn't really expecting that. I replied to his response, yes you do. And that was the end of that. So, not really a CEO in and of itself, but indeed, it is something. And they got back to me with, "Oh no, rickrolled again." Oh well. What do you mean again? Who rickrolled you first? I think I'm the only one who's ever rickrolled Microsoft. I'm just saying. Right, and then Nintendo did not reply. And this one was kind of sad how they didn't reply, because I literally put so much work into this really cool looking and very believable nostalgic like compilation intro. Like it was going to be some really emotional dedicated fan video. And for all they knew, if they saw the preview, they just blew me off. Like, man, I've literally been playing your games for 30 years. Yes, of course I'm lying and it's a rickroll, but you could have at least watched it. Next up, Sean Rad. Who the frick is Sean Rad? The inventor of Tinder. Hi Sean, I have a major concern with my Tinder app, considering there's a glitch where I log in, it sends my personal info. There is the personal info. So his response was simply a heart. I guess he swiped right on my rickrolling. So thank you, Sean Rad. Now EA was the only one that we contacted, not through any particular social network, not through Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, but through their own thing. And they just had a complete ridiculous fire rant that they just went on about me. I'm familiar with what you've attempted to do, and we can only say that you have a lot to learn. Please reconsider your life choices, as you clearly do not know what you're doing. What the frick, dude? I'll be back. Wells Fargo was a red flag right off the bat, because of course, there was just an automatic message at first. My message was the fact that I logged in my thing and there was a glitch that would send all my money to OnlyFans. And that's pretty unfortunate. Well, their response to this clip and my very disappointed Batman gif was, unfortunately, none of our associates were able to verify your answer to your question. Please try our support page. You know what? I don't believe you. I know your associates could verify my question. And I know dang well, you know dang well, that you got rickrolled by me. The next up is called the Chairman, which is the CEO, pretty much closest CEO of Wall Street Bets. One of the actually like the largest Reddit group ever. So you clearly know what Wall Street Bets is. Hello, Chairman of WSB. I am a huge fan of your work. And of course, Wall Street Bets, you are by far my favorite inspirational person. I made a special fan video for you. And it was a typical movie maker style that we've done. And they replied, okay. Well, I mean, at least we did it, right? SpaceX was one we did on Instagram, and they replied, thanks, punk. So, yeah, great. You're welcome. Emmett Shear, the inventor of Twitch, did not reply. And now we have the CEO of Airbnb, a man by the name of Brian. And Brian actually responded to my message. Wow, I actually thought this was going to be legit. You really played me well. At least someone's a good sport about it. Whenever they're a good sport, you know what I do? I give them a heart reaction. Sometimes, even if I'm in a good mood, a praying emoji. Because it always lightens my day. Jeff Bezos did not reply. Hello, Call of Duty. First off, I'm a big fan of the game, but there's a huge problem. Once again, we're back at it with all of my account info was erased. Here's a screen recording of the thing happening. If you intentionally edited an 80s music video, then that was pretty funny, I'll admit it. Otherwise, you may have the wrong recording. Okay. Yeah, just pretend you don't know what rickrolling is then, I guess. CIA and the FBI did not reply. And the International Space Station did not reply. I don't know if they have Wi-Fi up in there, but that's probably why. Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Google, left me on. That's good. Now, Susan Wojcicki saw my message and left me on scene. Doug McMillan, the CEO of Walmart, blocked me, so that's always fun. And I think mine was actually this clip was one of the best ones. It just got straight to the point. It was like a 1 second thing and then boom, straight into it. Maybe that's why he got a little bit mad. It was just a little bit too harsh, but I understand. It's all right. So yeah, those are all the people that we rickroll. Those are all the CEOs. And if you're wondering how we're going to count the amount that we actually got, well, I count everyone that either saw or responded to the message, so they left me on red. And that comes down to 12 CEOs slash companies rickrolled. So that's pretty good. In 24 hours, that's an average of once every 2 hours. Math skills right there. But it's not really a good ratio, because I sent out like 30 messages. And, well, technically in my defense, it has only been like, well, 24 hours. I'm recording this actually quite literally 25 hours after when I recorded the white screen video. So if you enjoyed this video, and I know you did, make sure you go about 2 inches below the screen and kindly eviscerate the red button if it's red, and you'll earn yourself 10 years of good luck. I hope I've taught you some good methods on how to rickroll CEOs and just rickroll people in general. We need the rickrolling phenomenon to spread further. It's really one of the best things ever made. It's the best meme ever made. If you have any ideas of a type of group of people that I should try to rickroll in 24 hours, then please recommend it to me in the comment section. And also, Guinness, if you're watching this, if you feel like making this a world record category, I would also really appreciate that. I know I already have a world record in this, but the more the merrier. Once again, thank you and goodbye.